What's going on, internet? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie 2. To get something out of the way real quick, I am a bit biased because I've been a Fnaf fan since 2014, so there's going to be a little bit of bias there, I guess. But with my background in film, I think I can also look at this objectively and determine whether or not it is actually a good movie. So first off, let me give you a summary of the plot. No spoilers, of course. So this movie follows our main cast from the last movie, still reeling from the events of what happened. Abby and Mike have moved into a new home, and Mike's trying to move on while Abby's still obsessed with trying to figure out what happened to her friends, trying to want to go visit them, and she misses them. She's struggling a little bit at school because she won't stop telling the stories of what happened at Freddy's, and Mike and Vanessa are now dating. Vanessa has to try and come to terms with what's happening and who her father was so that she can finally move on, while Mike is just trying to forget and pretend like nothing ever happened. We then see a group of paranormal ghost hunters break into the old Freddy's location that we see for this movie and accidentally set this movie's plot in motion, releasing the marionette. Now, and reluctantly, Mike, Abby, and Vanessa are thrown back into a dangerous situation that they must escape, with new, terrifying toy animatronics hunting them down at every stage. Now, I'd like to get the negatives out of the way first. This movie seriously suffers with pacing. At the first start of it, I thought it was fine. We're going through the intro, that's fine. Maybe some cuts I wouldn't have done. And then we go up and it's like, okay, this is fine. Okay, I can live on this pacing. Yeah, this is fine. And then it just goes constantly. I'm like, whoa, holy shit. Calm down, let me breathe in a scene. Hang on, well, that's happening. Oh crap, that's going there. I'm like, hang on, you're overloading me with information. Okay, Mike's gonna go here, and then okay, so Vanessa's going there. So this movie really needed to slow down a little bit. Too much all at once. And my other biggest issue was the writing. There's quite a few scenes where it's like, dialogue's fine, or this is nice, this is normal, this isn't a good conversation, and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you get like some random cringy dad joke, or then all of a sudden you just get a joke that doesn't really land, but they try to sit you in it for a long time. There's also like, a few points where it's just like, well, how can we move along the plot? Let's just get them to say this, even if it doesn't make sense and doesn't sound natural. That's just to move along the plot. For example, this is I don't know, it's not a spoiler to me, so if it is to you, I'm sorry, but there's a part where Vanessa's car breaks down, she needs to get somewhere really quickly, and Jeremiah just happens to pull up at the same time in the middle of a desolate back road. Like, what the hell was he even doing there to begin with? Why was he there? But otherwise, to get into the positives of this, the Fnaf fan of me was loving this. Seriously, I could not get enough of it. I was like enthralled with it. Look at that character, the detail. Oh, that's a fan game. Oh, that's from that. And that side of me was like, oh my god, I'm loving this. This is so awesome. There was like an animatronic cameo that popped up at one point. I won't spoil it, but when that cameo popped up, I was literally jumping out. I was like, oh my god, what are they doing here? What? So yeah, that side of me was completely satiated. I was loving every minute of that. It does lead me on to another point. I feel like it was one of the main problems with the movie, again though, was that it was too fan servicey. This movie again was just for the fans. Just so many little references to the fans. Plot that like, oh okay, you didn't explain this, but even though you didn't explain it, it's like, oh, the fans know because they played the games, or they figured it out from the games. It's like, yeah, but general audiences are not going to know what the hell is going on. And I feel like that's what you really need to do with a movie. The movies need to be for general audiences as well. There needs to be some fan service. The fans have, built these games over the years. They built their popularity. They deserve something. But general audiences are also the ones going and seeing these movies. And if we can't get them on board, then these movies aren't going to make enough money to keep being made. So I hope that's a problem that does get addressed, because I'd love to see more Fnaf movies made. I know they said 3, but I'd like to see more. I actually have a theory on what the plot of the third movie's going to be. You're going to have to stay tuned for that. But again, otherwise, I was really enjoying it. The Fnaf fan in me was just satiated completely. And at the end of the day, I do thank Scott for that, and I do thank Blumhouse for that, because they've given me an experience that I'm not going to forget anytime soon, and I'm still ultimately pretty happy with. Anyway guys, I'll be having a spoiler review coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But that's been all from me for now. So until next time, catch you guys later.